listening to you, and you're definitely steering the conversation, but there was something that you said that I would like to follow up on. You mentioned it a couple questions ago, and we talked about differences and how it's okay to be different, right? And we talked about that in the context of being exposed to different cultures and kind of just different ethnicities because of how we grew up, all around the country and all that. And I really want to just take a moment to talk a little bit more about that, because I think that is important, particularly in the time that we're in right now. So many times people, they try to make you feel like it's a bad thing to be different, right? Or people are encouraged not to be different. They're encouraged to kind of stand down and assimilate, or not to make too much of a fuss, right? Because you just want to get along. And I have encouraged people to not go that route. I think being different is the thing that makes us all beautiful and makes us all unique, right? There are people who, and I don't want to talk badly about these folks that speak in these terms, but there's some folks who believe in, they say like, I'm colorblind. Like, I don't see color. I see the world. We're all one people. That sounds great, right? That's very like a kumbaya, kind of like utopian, we are the world kind of thing. I don't operate in that way.
Yeah.
I am not colorblind, not for 1 minute. And I don't ever pretend to be, and I don't ever desire to be. And the reason why is there is something about each and every one of us that should be celebrated, right? I am a Black woman. I stand strong and firm in being a Black woman. You see, I have my afro right now. Like I am confident in who I am. And I love that about myself. I love being Black. There's so many things though happening in the world where people, they have stereotypes and generalizations about Black people. And every day I'm just me. And I'm not trying to prove to someone that I don't meet their stereotype. I've done that thing for a while. It's tiring, right? I'm not the official representative of all Black people, because the thing about this is that we all are unique and we're all beautiful in who we are. When I see a person who's Hispanic, I love that. I'm always asking about their culture. I want to know more. I want to learn the language. For those who speak Spanish, I'm always trying to speak the language. Sometimes if I go to a restaurant, for example, if it's like a Peruvian restaurant or a Mexican restaurant, and I see something that's in Spanish, I'll say, "Hey, can you tell me how to pronounce that? Like, am I saying it?"
Yeah.
Or I'll try to practice and I'll say, I'm trying to practice speaking Spanish. Do you mind if I say a few words? And people's eyes light up, right? Because it shows that you care. And it shows that you are interested in getting to know who they are and the experiences that they've had. The same thing with someone that's of Asian descent or someone who's white. I think that if we all just took a moment to celebrate each other and cultures and try to learn about one another, then this country would be in a better place, instead of trying to make people fit into a mold and have all of us, kind of like go along to get along. And I think that's also going back to why people have respected me in my positions and why people enjoy working with me, because they know that the authenticity starts with who I am as a person, and then it goes into me being a professional, me interacting with them and all of that. And even though when you work with people, you're not trying to be everyone's friend, I am a genuine person. So when I meet someone and I'm interacting with them, before we start business, I do want to know a little bit about them. And I understand that, with every conversation, it may not end up as being friends, but the majority of my interactions are always pleasant, because people know that I'm really interested in knowing who they are first and then getting to the business. So that's another thing that I just thought about in our conversation about being different. I really want to take, the opportunity to talk to someone, because I actually was talking to a young person probably 2 weeks ago, and he was a gentleman. He's Vietnamese, and he was saying, Kelly, I heard you speaking, and honestly, it was inspirational, because my parents always taught me to not make a big fuss about my culture and to not lead as being Vietnamese, to just try to, get along with other people and not make it a big deal. And he's like, but you are proud of who you are as a Black woman. And it kind of inspired me to maybe start thinking about how can I add to conversations, and how can I shed light on issues that are impacting Vietnamese communities? Because I don't hear people saying that enough. I don't see enough people like myself, out in this field. And now I want to speak up and also be seen. So I just wanted to kind of take a note to talk about that before I forgot.
No, I appreciate that so much. I know everyone who's listening appreciates this so much. There's a guy named Dan Locke who he's an Asian dude who's big in the sales arena, and I once heard him tell a story that he's a multimillionaire, but in the beginning he said he was afraid to go out because of his accent. He was like, well, I can't speak. I should just write emails. I can't speak because they'll think of something about me, until he accepted that, look, this is who I am. This is a part of who I am. And I feel like once you accept who you are, then you feel so much more free. And I'm really do hope that everyone who's listening is willing to accept themselves for who they are. One of the questions I get all the time is, as a Black woman, is it appropriate to have a fro at work, right? Or should I not to keep my hair pressed and things like that? Those are real questions, real concerns, because of not only the insecurities, but the realities of the people who may judge someone based off of how they dress, their hair, and whatnot. And it's hard. So I'll ask you, how did you become so comfortable being you?
Hello, everyone. This is Alex Tremble from GPS Leadership Solutions. And if you found this last interview to be awesome, spectacular, and actually you benefited from it, let me tell you, this is only the tip of the iceberg. Visit the alextrembleshow.com, information below in the description, and that's where you'll find the full uninterrupted interview. And I'm telling you, there's so much great content you'll hear from this past leader, as well as all the other leaders we've already interviewed. So remember, don't just look back, reach back. If there's someone who you think will benefit from this interview or any of the other interviews, make sure you share it with them. Click the like, click the subscribe. And as I always like to end all my sessions, stay strong, stay positive, and definitely stay moving.